Neighbors, 51M, 47F. Stop talking to us. Do I confront the situation? My husband and I, 49M, 47F, have been friends with our neighbors M51, F47 for years. We are temporarily living in a city a couple hours away from my husband's job. We have texted and remained friends throughout the past 6 months. On our only visit back to our hometown, we went and spent a couple hours with them. In the last month, the 51M neighbor has stopped responding to texts. 47F does, but often quite delayed and dismissively. I cannot for the life of me imagine how on earth they could be upset with this when our contact is limited to friendly texts and pictures shared back and forth. We are invited to their wedding this August. My question is, do I say something and ask what the heck is going on? It really bothers me. My husband is non-confrontational and wants to leave it alone. The male neighbor is also highly non-confrontational, yet he's the one clearly not speaking to us. That's what bothers me the most. It's so out of character for him to be this way. None of it makes sense. If I confront the situation head on, what do I say? It may have nothing to do with you. They may just have a lot going on in their lives right now. I would stop contacting them and let them initiate the next contact. I had a friendship break up this way. My life was overloaded with so much. A friend kept asking what they'd done wrong to upset me. I can only say I'm drowning in life right now. It still makes me sad. I just needed a friend to understand I had no space for that time period to deal with anything or anyone else. They were offended and friendship ended. If they are getting married soon, they may just not have capacity for anything else. Maybe there is something going on in their lives that has nothing to do with you. I have a rule that if my friends stop initiating contact, I stop too. Good way to know if they are a true friend. They have a wedding in August and they have a graduation. They have a lot going on. Go to the wedding and see how they are in person. If they are distant, then you'll know the friendship has come to a conclusion. My neighbors are the same ages. They just got married and have been super busy. We hang out all of the time, but I haven't seen them in a few weeks. We are literally across the street. Don't overthink it. It's not always about you. They may have something going on in their lives. Give time. Why am I, 32M, not excited to get married to my girlfriend, 34F? I, 32M, have been with my girlfriend, 34F, for about 7 years and have lived together for 4. She's wanted to get married for a few years and it took me time to finally ask her to marry me, but I did it. My family is excited for us and so is everyone that knows us. But yet I'm kind of dreading it and have no idea why. We get along well and have fun. There are times when I wish she was a nicer person to others and we don't share a ton of interests but definitely enough to have fun, live together and travel together often. My parents divorced at an early age so maybe that affects my feelings on it. I guess I'm trying to find out where my dread of getting married comes from, and if it's because I shouldn't get married or if I'm just being a scared idiot. Any advice for figuring this out? Can you speak more about wishing she was a nicer person to others? Sounds like you are only describing a good friend and not your fiancé. In all honesty, you may love her but it sounds like you don't really like her very much. You're getting married because she and everyone else wants you to, not because you actually want to. Which is unfair to yourself and to her. Are you dreading marriage or dreading marrying her? Being absolutely certain of that answer is vital. The first is a thing you can get over. I am absolutely pro-marriage. It terrifies some people, but marrying the right person is amazing. If she's the right one, you need to get over the fear. If it is her that is the issue, then you have a problem. Marrying the wrong person is a bad idea, and as hard as it seems, it is best to end it. And I mean end it completely. Dating someone you would never want to marry is wasting both of your time, and is unfair to both of you. Are you only doing it because the people around you make it feel like it's the right thing to do? Sometimes it seems like whomever is together in the 25-35 age range gets stuck together just because they're there at the right time and society thinks it's best. Get some therapy, fast, and don't get married until you have clarity. This is worth investigating fully and getting real answers. Only a professional can help you ask the right questions. Sounds like it could be her. Could be you. Maybe both. But it wouldn't be fair to either of you to get married if you're having doubts. Good luck. My 28F boyfriend, 33M, took pictures of me going down on him without my consent. I'm really struggling with how to navigate this. My boyfriend and I have been together for about 4 months. We're both pretty kinky, and part of our kink is me wearing a blindfold while we have sex. Tonight, I put on some lingerie for him and he asked me to put on the blindfold. As I was giving him a blowjob, I reached up to touch his arm and instead felt what seemed like a phone. After a few seconds, I stopped and asked him if he had anything in his hands just now and he said that it was a bottle of lube. I didn't believe him because I know what our lube feels like and asked if he was taking pictures of me and he admitted that he was. This is especially devastating to me because he knows that when I was 16, An ex-boyfriend created a fake Facebook account of me, posted all of the nudes I had ever sent him and added everyone from my high school. Ever since then, I had never felt comfortable sending nudes to anyone. However, everything else about him beyond this is so incredible. He's extremely loving, caring, thoughtful and kind. He's incredibly generous and open-minded and intelligent, and he's by far the best person I've ever dated by a lot. We connected on such a deep level that I have never experienced with anyone before. I had so much hope that he would be the one, and now I really don't know if I'll be able to move past this. He swears this was the only time he's ever done this, and he showed me that he deleted the pictures from his camera roll and recently deleted folder. He also said that he felt disgusted with himself as he was doing it, but I don't know how much I believe that. I want so much to work through this, but my trust is broken. I feel violated, and I'm especially hurt that he decided to initially lie about what he was doing instead of being honest. Part of me wants to give him a chance to build back my trust, but another part of me questions whether the person I'm meant to be with would do this to me. Has anyone ever been through a similar situation? Were you able to work through it? And if so, how is your relationship now? Too long did not read. Boyfriend took non-consensual pictures of me giving him a blowjob despite him knowing I have a traumatic past with nude pictures of me. There is no one you are meant to be with. There are good people who will put in the time and effort to be a good partner and build a strong relationship over time. He's not one of those people. DTMFA. No respectful man would ever do this. Break up with him immediately. This is a huge violation, and he was purposely trying to deceive you. Will you ever be able to trust him again? I wouldn't. Take his phone. Make sure all photos of you are deleted, then leave his ass. This is disgusting behavior. Nah, this is a huge red flag. Nope, TF out. The relationship is too new. If he is already disrespecting your boundaries like this, he is going to do it more and more later. Inexcusable. Absolutely inexcusable. No good quality man would do that without your consent. Have some self-respect, leave him. Otherwise he will continue to disrespect your boundaries more. What he's done for you in the past doesn't matter once he's crossed a boundary. And trust me, he's not recording that for personal use. Am I okay for feeling uncomfortable with a comment my 29F partner's 30M stepfather made? For some background, my boyfriend and I have been together just over 4 years, live together, close with his family. His parents are divorced and his mom has had a long-term relationship that is practically her husband at this point. Let's call him Chris. Chris has made a few odd comments to me and others in the past, but generally a good guy to talk to. Earlier this week, my partner took me to the hospital to have my colonoscopy. I scheduled one with my doctor as I've been having some issues and I need answers. Colon cancer also runs in my family, so I figured I would start getting them now. My partner told his mom I was going in for a scope and I wasn't overly thrilled, he told her, but I get it. I was just trying to limit the amount of people I told as I am still medically searching for answers and I didn't want the constant asking of questions if I got my results, etc. Last night was my partner's birthday. We had family and friends over for dinner and drinks. Chris came up to me and said, "Wow, heard you got violated earlier this week. I hope the doctor at least took you out to dinner first." I looked at him confused because I couldn't quite figure out what he meant. He continued, "Oh, I heard you had your colonoscopy earlier this week." I was shocked and embarrassed that he basically implied that the doctor assaulted me. Chris then continued on and on about how you don't know what those doctors are doing while you're under, making me even more uncomfortable. The rest of the night I was sort of off, but trying my best to continue with the party. I told my partner in tears on the way home. He was so embarrassed and feels it's his fault since he was the one who told his mom, who in turn told Chris. He said he will definitely say something if I want him to. I'm embarrassed and unsure if I should ask him to text his mom to explain what happened. I am not sure if I am being too sensitive and should just suck it up. I'm looking for some outside perspective. Additional info. I was sawed by my stepbrother growing up, so that is a bit of a trigger for me. My partner is aware of that part in my history and I did mention that to him, that what Chris said was kind of a trigger for me. Your husband needs to learn to keep private things private. Definitely stop sharing with mom. She's a gossip. This guy is just an idiot, making a stupid and tasteless joke. I'd be more concerned with why your boyfriend is telling his mother about your highly personal medical procedures, and why she is in turn telling her boyfriend. As a woman who has also been SAED and has family members that don't think before they speak, I totally understand why you feel uncomfortable. This is absolutely wrong. A man his age making a joke about something that is already quite uncomfortable to a young woman, let alone his stepson's girlfriend, is wildly inappropriate. Your partner sounds very supportive and I would absolutely have him handle this, as this Chris guy needs to be called out and held accountable for his actions. If not, stand up for your own self. This guy is a DCK head and needs to shut his mouth. I understand that you are uncomfortable with it. I also want you to know that joke about a colonoscopy is kind of common. I've heard that same joke a million times. I understand that you are sensitive about your situation, but I don't think it was said with malice. Just an idiot, you know? I'm guessing his upbringing was like mine, where inappropriate detail sharing was normalized because the proper privacy boundaries were never taught as they got older. Compounded by a parent who loves gossip. It took my husband years to train me not to tell my mom every detail of our lives. It almost cost me my relationship because of it. Your partner seems to get it. So it shouldn't take years to establish healthy boundaries with his mom. In the meantime, put her on an information diet and steer clear of the stepdad whenever possible. Edited spelling. I think you are being a bit too sensitive, and it totally makes sense why you would be. But it's a tasteless joke I can imagine plenty of people making that some people might find funny, so I would take it as just that, as I'm sure that's how he intended it, a joke, albeit one that kinda sucked. Don't let it get to you too much if you can.